In northern Colombia, the Apalaanchi Indians live in a harsh, dry land, swept by violent winds and scorched by the sun. The sea is essential to their survival, but its dwindling resources make their existence even more fragile. These fishermen are also shepherds and farmers, but rain is rare. So to make it come, they organize dances and rituals, perpetuating the traditions of a people balanced between two waters.
Be careful. This one's aggressive. It's quite dangerous.
Is it? You just ripped the thing off?
Yes, the spike. Here's the spike. It gets into the skin and then it's impossible to get out.
I see. There's another one underneath. Pepe, 52, is a fisherman. Every morning at sunrise, he hauls in his nets before the wind picks up. Going once, going twice, sold. Here, pelicans! That was fast. Do you like pelicans?
Yes, they're my buddies. They're very friendly. Every time I fish, they come to see me. So I give them the fish that are too small to keep. It's important for them, because when it's very windy, they can't fish by themselves, and then they starve. I share this paradise with them. In my opinion, there's nothing more beautiful. No pollution, birds everywhere, healthy air and environment. No noise from planes or cars, nothing. All this just for me. There's nothing more beautiful on the planet. It's paradise.
It's about the calm. It's calm and beautiful.
Yes, I wouldn't change it for anything.
Pepe's paradise is a mangrove sheltered from the ocean swell. This protective area is home to a rich fauna of over 200 different species, almost all of which are familiar to him. In the village, he's been nicknamed the biologist. Are there caimans here?
Yes, lots of them.
Lots? No, you don't say. In here?
Big ones, 3 or 4 meters long.
Really?
When it rains, you can see them. They come out of the mangroves in search of food.
And what about when you're fishing or diving?
There's no danger because they mostly like to eat fish. They've never attacked a human being. Never.
Okay, that's reassuring. Pepe belongs to the Wayu Indian community, which numbers some 685,000, mainly based in northern Colombia and Venezuela. The Apalaanchi, which means beach people, are Wayu who live along the coast. A few hundred Apalaanchi, including Pepe, have settled in Baya in northeast Colombia.
This is my house.
It's definitely well hidden. Protected by a labyrinth of mangroves, Pepe's house, located near a small port, overlooks the bay. Directly facing nature, it follows the rhythm of the relentless passage of children, cousins, and family friends.
Ooh.
Do you want me to just take it? I'm not a huge fan. It's unusual. We'll put it up front. It'll be nicer. You're going to sell the fish now?
The catch wasn't that great. So today's fish will just be used to feed my family and the members of my community. There aren't enough to sell. But when I catch 8 or 10 kilos of fish, then yes, I sell them.
Is fish essential to your family?
Yes, of course, because it's our main means of subsistence. It is, so to speak, the daily bread of our children and relatives. Without fish, it wouldn't be possible to live here.
The Guajira Peninsula is a desert swept by strong daily trade winds. It's permanently assaulted by the blazing sun and neglected by the scarce rain that deprives the earth. Life is challenging, with goats providing a little meat to complement the fish, but above all, milk and wool. Lina is Pippi's wife. When her husband is fishing, she sits at her loom to make the hammocks and bags used by her family. Is weaving part of Apalaanchi tradition?
It's at the heart of our culture. Personally, I learned at a very young age. And it's something I really enjoy doing.
You spread it?
I sit facing the sea, and like my mother and grandmother before me, I weave the wool. It's a job that requires patience and a bit of skill.
Okay. Oh, I see. It goes up.
Well, now it's your turn to try. Let's see if you can weave properly. Just don't tangle it.
I can't lose track. I'm too low. I'll stand up.
First, you have to spread the threads so that the ball can pass through.
Like this? How long does it take to make a bag?
Generally speaking, for a bag, it takes 8 days. But if I'm making a hammock, depending on its complexity, I can spend up to 2 months working on it every day.
In the late afternoon, Pippi takes me on a tour of his farm and the Apalaanchi countryside.
You see? They're over there.
There's so many. Every day, he follows the same route to herd his goats. Oh, okay. Wow, that's impressive. Over there?
As you can see, it's very beautiful. A magnificent place with very pure air. It's because of this landscape that we love living here.
But it's huge. Does it all belong to you?
No, to my wife. Because for us Wayuu Indians, the land belongs to the women. Our culture is based on a matrilineal tradition, which means that property is passed on by women, not men. All this land.
They're well behaved, aren't they? It works. He's really good. I've never done this. Good, they're all in.
Yes.
Dale.
Take it like this. Like this.
Like that?
See? That's his mom.
And I have to catch it.
No. Take it like that. There, you see? We'll make him suckle.
Oh, okay, well, what do now? Why do you keep goats when you're a fisherman?
Personally, I don't want to abandon the customs that make up our Amerindian identity. Originally, we were nomadic shepherds, not fishermen. We discovered the sea late in our history, and now we have herding and fishing.
So you could say you're a farming people who have become a people of the sea.
As you've seen, we Apalaanchi know how to fish and raise goats. That's what it means to be Apalaanchi.
Wayu legend has it that this people was born in the mountains of Venezuela some 7,000 years ago. Living off the scant resources of the sea and their herds, the Apalaanchi have always been isolated. Never colonized, they still feel like a singular population. This is good. It's like polenta.
It's a dough made from cornmeal.
Do you still speak Wayu together?
We only speak Spanish when necessary, when someone from the outside, like you, visits us. But our language is Wayunaiki. It's important to speak our language, because I don't want our culture to disappear. I want our children to seize it in the future and defend it in their blood, in their veins. I want them to fight for their indigenous identity.
You're projecting yourself and your children into the future world.
I'd like one of them to be a lawyer, another a doctor, and a third to work in the medical field, like a nurse. Why? Because it's only by earning a decent living that the Apalaanchi can survive. If you're too cold, curl up like this.
Oh, okay, that's convenient.
Well, see you tomorrow.
Bye, see you tomorrow.
Did you sleep well last night, Marc?
It was a little unusual.
Yes, it's unusual, but it's a good hammock.
Yeah.
You know, Marc, to us, sleep is important because the night is the time to dream. The meaning of dreams is fundamental to our culture. They're the harbingers of the future. It's through dreams that we come into contact with the spirits of our ancestors. Through certain important dreams, our elders warn us of precise events that will affect us or our entire community.
Do you often have important dreams?
Yes, of course I've had dreams like that. For example, 7 years ago, I had a dream. I was visited by very old ancestors. They were two knights galloping on the beach. They were dressed in gold, and it was incredible. Their hats were gold as well as their clothes. Even their horses had golden reins. Everything was gold. In our culture, this kind of dream heralds heavy rain. After this dream, it rained. It hadn't rained for 7 years. Everything was very dry. Then all of a sudden, it rained.
In this land of heat and dust, precious life-saving rain never arrives unexpectedly. It invites itself into dreams, announces itself in clouds, and is foreseen in the shape of waves. The signs that precede it are deciphered at meetings held in a house at the very top of a hill. It belongs to the leader of the community, the one called the authority. Young and old, men and women, all come to hear the story of the most recent important dreams.
I had a dream 2 days ago. The sun had just risen. The sea was calm. I was on the beach at Portete when suddenly the sea receded. I saw 2 horsemen dressed in white, riding at full speed across the sand. Their clothes were bright, pure white. I was very impressed by the speed of their horses. They were going really fast. It's very clear. This kind of dream is easily interpreted. It means the rain is coming. The speed of the horses means that it will arrive soon.
Faced with threats to this precious life, the Apalaanchi rely on the protection of the gods. To curry their favor, they regularly celebrate them with a dance they call the Yuna. It's performed on this dance floor that Pipi is preparing. The Yuna is announced by this drum, which invites people from surrounding villages to join in. After that, the girls put on makeup in homage to Polovi, the goddess of the sea. Using mushroom-based paint, they draw fish and shells on their faces while the men tune their drums ahead of the evening celebrations. Little by little, the sun sets. It gives way to the light of motorcycles, the makeshift spotlights for this long-awaited dance. How does it work?
The woman's role is to run and knock the man down. The woman advances head down, then accelerates to throw her partner off balance. She directs the movement, while the man reacts to her attacks by skillfully stepping back, being careful never to lose his balance so as not to fall in front of her.
Are women stronger than men?
That's right. That's what the Yuna symbolizes. One careless mistake while backing up and he's on the floor. But you know, Mark, this dance is also used to call for rain. The Yuna is an offering to the gods in order to attract their favor, so they send us rain regularly. We interpret our dreams and then invoke the rain through this dance. These are the steps we need to follow to bring this precious rainfall to us. Do you understand?
They're fast. He's going to fall. By daybreak, the rain hasn't made an appearance. But for Pippi, it's only a matter of days. The rainy season, which lasts from September to December, is just around the corner, and he wants to show me how he's preparing for it. Is this a field? There's nothing there.
But there is. You see a field where there's nothing. It's true that there's no vegetation at the moment. But wait for the rain, and in a month or two, everything will be green. It will be beautiful, with beans, corn, watermelons, all in this field.
This soil is strange. Hi, goat. Pippi, after the plants have grown, will the animals no longer be here?
Yes, you have to get all the animals out as soon as the seeds start to grow.
Is that why there are cactus barriers?
Yes, that's why.
It's a good protection.
When there are no more crops, I'll bring the animals back here where they'll be protected.
Good thinking.
The goats can't get through the cacti. They're very close together.
Neither the goats nor anybody. It's the most impenetrable barrier I know. It catches quickly, huh? Gotta burn all that.
You see how high the water level is and how suffocating the temperature is? Everything is pointing to heavy rain. Don't you agree?
Correcto.
Will it change the landscape?
Yes, of course. The landscape is already changing. It's already much less dry. In 3 days, everything will be different. It will all bloom. The cacti will flower. There will be fruit.
What about fishing?
When it rains, fishing is good, because the fish come out of the mangroves and seek food in the depths of the bay. For us, it's time to get out the nets.
Got it. After the rain, the men return to the sea, hoping for an abundant catch.
Years ago, it was magnificent here. You'd cast a net and catch a lot of fish. You'd go fishing, and there'd be lobsters aplenty. But now there's a lot less. Life is harder, but I don't want to forget my culture. I want to share it with my children, because I think it's beautiful here, and we have to defend this place.
Once again, all the village boats leave the small port of Portete, taking these shepherds turned seafarers out to sea. In search of the fish they need to survive, between desert and ocean, They embark on a sea that feeds not only their families, but also their imaginations and dreams.